What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Girl Grown channel. We're going to be talking about something totally different for us today, and that is breaking news out of Hollywood. Ms. Ariana Grande's snap engagement to her boyfriend of only 8 months, Dalton Gomez. Who? Who dat? I know. We'll get to it. Don't worry, we'll get to it. And not only that, I want to talk to you about us normal, real people who jump feet first into a relationship, rush to make a commitment, and then oftentimes live to regret it. Because you know what they say, buy in haste, repent at leisure. Ugh. So as many of you will know, this is Ari's second quick engagement. She was also engaged to that god-awful swamp creature Pete Davidson. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I know they got engaged super quickly, and then as quick as it came along, it, to the surprise of nobody, evaporated into thin air. So now she's with this new guy, Dalton, who is apparently a Hollywood real estate agent. So what I will say on that point is, I guess he's familiar with being around rich and famous people, and hopefully he won't be intimidated by her success. What does it tell us about Ari that this wildly successful, wealthy, famous, independent, fierce woman is so desperate to quickly put a ring on it with anyone? I mean, if you'd accept Pete Davidson, then I guess you would accept anyone. Why? What is it? Caleb Back, who is a wellness and health expert, said to Bustle magazine, I quote, "Many celebrities struggle with living a life of constant scrutiny and erratic schedules. This complicated lifestyle compels them to latch on to whatever or whoever can ground them. That being said, it makes sense why they may rush into marriages, because it allows them to maintain some semblance of stability in their chaotic existence." But what about us non-celebs? What does it mean when normal people who kind of know better jump into relationships feet first and get engaged really fast and move in with someone really quickly and try to lock it down? What is going on there? I can give you a very personal and relatable experience that I've gone through recently, and that's my most recent relationship. Now, I've always been someone who will be friends with someone, force them to be friends with me for 6 months before I'll get into a relationship with them, because I am so bloody defensive and picky about who I allow into my space, who I allow near me. This time, I went on a few dates with somebody and ran off to Canada with them and holed up in the woods with them for 2 months, and then came back to England and moved in with them. I'd never lived with anybody before. I mean, the whole thing for me was just unheard of, totally out of the blue, unexpected. I left everything and everyone behind. I had no support network in the city that we moved to. I knew nobody. And I was trying to get to know this guy and trying to live with him, having known him for a couple of months. It was a very intense, very full-on experience. We are still together today, but something that this experience has taught me is that there is a reason that people generally follow a tried and tested method of gradually getting to know someone and easing yourself into a relationship. And research demonstrates that people who have been together at least 2 years before they get engaged tend to have longer and happier relationships. So while I definitely think that it's so exciting and it's so romantic to just go with your feelings and throw yourself into a new relationship and go all in, put your heart and soul into it, I also think that there is a lot more to be said, I'm sorry, but a lot more to be said for really taking your time and collecting data points on the person that you're with and studying them and really trying to assess whether or not you guys are compatible before you commit to them. And Melissa Hobby, who is the CMO of online dating platform OkCupid, gave a really interesting quote, and she said, "Just like the slow food movement is a reaction to cheap and unhealthy fast food, the slow dating movement is a reaction to quick and meaningless hookups that can be made easy by dating apps. It's based on a desire for people to slow things down, get to know each other without so much pressure, and focus on high quality connection and closeness." And I think she makes a really interesting point. I mean, she works for a dating service, and I think dating apps have fostered a culture where You can go out with a different person every night of the week. You can hook up with someone new every night of the week if you want to. People have become somewhat disposable. Sex has become disposable. Even engagement and marriage, certainly in celeb world, and I know a lot of us look to celebs for guidance, inspiration. People kind of copy them, whether they mean to or not in some cases. Celebrities kind of help forge culture. And I really feel like we have moved into a space where we don't value connection and taking things slow and sex and all that stuff as highly as we used to. We have a much higher turnover of relationships than we used to. And I'm not sure how well that's serving us. So with that in mind, here are 4 reasons for taking it really slow, taking your time and getting to know someone before you jump in. Okay, so I'm going to have to read this one. Research has shown that about 1/3 of couples who enter into sexual relationships within a month of dating is associated with lower relationship quality compared to those who wait longer before having sex. They simply have more time to build emotional intimacy and work out if they're really compatible. Building off that, there's something that I think is so fascinating and so critical, and I can't believe that people don't know this. I feel we should be taught this at school. So when you have sex with someone, your body releases hormones that bond you to that person, and that particular hormone is oxytocin. It's the chemical that is released when you give birth, and it helps you connect with your baby. And it's the same chemical that is released when you have an orgasm, and that bonds you to your sexual partner. Now, if we're running around having one-night stands, or if we are jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship, we are sexually connecting with all of these people, our body is producing chemicals that is bonding us to them. So we may well have rushed it, we may well realise, oh my goodness, this person and we're just not compatible. But you are chemically bonded to them. And I just, like that's insane. And the other part is that I have read, I don't know if it's true, guys, it's something for you to look into yourself if you're interested, but I have read that the more sexual partners you have, you actually burn out your oxytocin receptors and you decrease your ability to remain bonded to that person throughout your life. Oxytocin is the pair bonding chemical, and if you keep releasing oxytocin with new partners and breaking that bond, you're actually reducing your potential for staying with that partner for life. Once again, wow. So that's something for you guys to research and look into if it interests you. The next thing is that emotional intimacy and trust take time. Nothing can replace the time and experience that it takes to get you to a point where you have true emotional intimacy and trust. And wouldn't you agree that those factors are so important for long-term relationship longevity? So why would you want to rush it? Why would you want to try to rush it? You can't. It takes time. And so I think that's another reason to not throw yourself in. Take it slow. Let those things naturally build and strengthen before you make a commitment to that person. Finally, I just want you to know, if you don't already, that emotionally unstable people are more likely to develop unhealthy emotional attachment styles. So what does that mean? It means that people who have experienced trauma, people who have been hurt in the past, and people who haven't healed from a previous relationship are statistically much, much, much more likely to jump head on into a relationship and try to lock down that person as quickly as they can, because they see that person as their emotional getaway car. They feel like that person is going to provide them with the stability that they're so desperately craving, that that person is going to heal their wounds, that they can push away all the pain they're feeling from the loss of a previous relationship or unhealed trauma from their childhood or their past. They want to focus all of their attention onto this person. They want to love bomb them. They want to be love bombed, and they want to try to push down their pain by riding the wave of this exciting new lustful relationship. Remember that happier and more secure people are okay with taking it slow. They aren't looking for anyone to complete them. They aren't looking for anyone to quickly take their pain away. They want to make sure they make the right decision because they're in a calm and rational state of mind, and they know that these things take time and that they don't want to buy at haste and repent at leisure. They want to make the right decision. So if somebody comes along and they're love bombing you and they're trying to lock you down as quickly as possible, question why. And if you're the one who's trying to lock someone down as quickly as possible, ask yourself why. It's important. So to conclude, I wish Ari every success. I wish anyone who's jumping into a relationship quickly every success. You know, there's a part of it that I admire. I love the romance. I love that you're going after something that you want. I just encourage you, as I said, to just question your motives, question what is driving this behavior in you, what is the rush. And as one of my favorite YouTubers, Shallon Lester, says, and she's also done a video on this topic, you should check it out, she says that relationships are 10 to 20% love and the rest is logistics. Whoa. When I heard that, that cut me deep. It cut me really deep because I'm romantic, I love love. But love isn't always enough, and lust certainly isn't enough. When all the lust is burnt out and you're faced with the day-to-day crap that you have to deal with around the house, what's left? Are you friends? Are you on the same page? What is going to carry you through life together? It's deep, man, and they're hard questions that we have to ask ourselves, but it's important. So let me know in the comments if you've ever jumped feet first into a relationship and how that worked out for you. Please, please, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon.